When I was young, my mother always told me to take things as they come and appreciate everything you have. As a child, I never understood what she meant. I guess that's because you never really realize how much you have until one day it's all gone. She would always say, "Emily, why can't you see how special you are?" She never understood why I always chose to complicate my life more than it already was. As a matter of fact, neither do I. I had a difficult time growing up. My relationship with my mother changed for the worse the day that my father walked out the door and never came back. I remember how I would subconsciously blame myself for his disappearance, no matter how often my mom would tell me none of it was my fault. I was beside myself with guilt. I could see the hurt in my mom's eyes when I would ask her every night before bed, "Mom, when is Dad coming home?" I hated him so much that I could never trust any men, not even when I was in a relationship. It was that hurt look in her eye and the fact that his leaving was never explained to me which caused me to believe it was my fault. I always seemed to push people away who tried to get close to me because I was so afraid of being hurt again. In the end, I was only hurting myself. I went to see several doctors and psychiatrists who always told me the same thing. In order for you to move on with your life, you must mend things up with your father. It's the only way for you to feel peace. And then one cold March day, I went to visit my dying grandmother in the hospital as she grew sicker and sicker with cancer. We were sitting in silence, and then suddenly she looked up and pulled me closer so that I could hear her. "Emily," she said, "you need to let go of the past." There was a long pause, and I could feel the tears welling up in my eyes as I looked down at my poor dying grandmother. If there's one thing I've learned from this life, it's not to dwell on your mistakes, but to learn from them. Your father screwed up his chance for a happy life with you and your mom, but that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your own chance to be happy as well. Her revelation hit me like a ton of bricks. She was right. When my mom needed me most, I was always off feeling sorry for myself. I walked home with a smile on my face and gave my mom a hug. I really can't thank my grandmother enough for making me truly see and appreciate all of the beauty in my life.
Saskatoon.